Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it. I want to talk to you about, well, first of all, how's your new year treating you, Corbin?
Well, I'm sitting here in a beautiful little village in France, having had a beautiful little meal with some good friends, and you'd think you're on a movie set. It's fantastic.
Hold on. So I'm in Iowa right now, and you're in France calling me. That's amazing.
I am in France calling you. Yes, I am.
So am I going to get the phone bill for this? Or can I send the phone bill to...
Yes, you do.
Okay, perfect. Oh, I can't wait to explain that one to my boss. Yeah, no, Corbin said we'll just send the bill right over to the Hallmark Channel, and they'll pick it up, and it's all good. Well, that's great, man.
It'll all be good. Don't worry about it.
So, speaking of the Hallmark Channel, we're talking a new movie, Love's Complicated. It premieres this Saturday at 8 o'clock Central for us on the Hallmark Channel. And tell the audience about this, Corbin. Give us a little bit of the background.
Well, it's in the Hallmark fashion. So I think a wonderful story of, two kids. I never get to be the one that's in love anymore. It's always I've always got to be the father of one. In this case, I'm the father of the guy who's in love with the girl, and the two families have some friction, and I think I have to. In this case, it's they have to get over their friction, get over the family differences. Gets a little Shakespearean in that way, I suppose. And but my son also has to come to terms with me and who I am and who he wants to become. So it's just a family drama, a good drama love story, if you will. And I think it's a really important and timely one because so many people, I see so many families that are divided these days and people that can't get past their differences. And I guess with everything going on in the world, I sit and go, are you kidding me? This is family.
Right.
Take care of this first and foremost.
Well, and not to mention, Corbin, I think what the Hallmark Channel's trying to do is supplement all these television networks that have just gone the way of reality programming. And it's just all the drama and the nonsense. So for Hallmark to continue to want to do original programming like this with Love's Complicated, I think this is a great idea, right? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's good because I think, for me, I'm not going to say their qualities come up. They've always put out wonderful shows, but I think they get, title included, Love's Complicated. They've also sort of incorporated the notion that, love today is more complicated, much more complicated. And I think it has to do with, families and history, and I think it has to do with, getting past certain things in life. And, I think it is, and they've incorporated that into their story. So it's not just sort of the simple formulaic story that one might think.
In October, Corbin, you did something that I've always wanted to do, which is not only write a book, a novel, but have it released. Do you have any plans? I'm assuming that you probably write often, but do you have any plans to release any further of your works in the future?
I don't think I'm going to do that again. Okay. That was a film that I really wanted to. I always thought of it as a novel before I even wrote the film. It's a film that I wanted to, sort of always write a book of. I think I'm going to write a book this year, though. I have something in mind, some people that are interested, and it's a little bit different. It's more about me, but me is related to some things that I'm seeing in life with all people. So it's not just, I'm not ready to do the autobiography, as it were, but really discuss some, sociological things that have happened in my life that do relate to my life, but also relate to sort of a view of life that I see. Not that I want anybody to become anything, but,
sure.
Just a position that I think when I really sit and think about why I want to do it or what I want to do is I'm like so many people, so discouraged with what's happening in the world. Let alone forget what's happening outside of our country and all the terrible things, but just even going through this political process and watching the infighting within our own country and the divisions. I think there's some things to address about human relations that are, of who we are, and things that have worked for me in my life, and
sort
of tie my life into sort of a bigger story.
Well, I know that
it's very complicated.
Listen, I appreciate your perspective, and I think that that's what you're going to try and capture is your perspective on a range of topics. And you're right. This being in Iowa with the caucus coming up and all the politicians are coming through town, it's a little overwhelming. And Corbin, we haven't even entered the season of the political attack ads yet, but they're already starting. It's too much.
Look, that's another, we could do in 2 hours on that whole conversation. It's not just the absurdity of, bombastic people. And again, I'm not saying I'm for or against anybody. It's not putting anybody down, but it's not just the whole Donald Trump thing, which everybody's going to point fingers at.
Mm-hmm.
It's the absolute disrespect. What I try to tell people is say, look, okay, I may not agree with him. I may not agree with her. I don't like the way he's doing his thing. I don't like the way she's doing their thing. But at the end of the day, if we cannot treat each other, these people who are saying they want to run for office and run the country and give up a huge amount of their lives, as far as I'm concerned, to do public service, to sort of, just be tearing into them the way we do. I just find it to be disrespect. It's not the way I was brought up.
Sure.
It's not what I was told to do in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's just complete and utter disrespect. And we're just falling into that. And that to me is really, really tragic.
I agree.
We've lost all sense of human decency.
Exactly.
Going after each other. And that frightens me.
And it doesn't seem like that is going to change or shift, which is unfortunate because it seems like the majority of us folks would understand when an attack ad is happening or somebody says, it's just it's unfortunate that that's the way they feel they have to get a point across, because I don't think it's very effective.
Everything is so scary right now.
Right.
You have people blowing up people in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
The loudest voice who says, down with this. I give. You're right. Kill them all. It becomes the easiest. It's the lowest common denominator of humanity. But there's a certain point where you go, I give.
Right.
And unfortunately we're collectively reaching I give. So it's like, yeah, I'm with him.
Enough is enough. I know. Listen,
enough is enough. You're right. Kill them all. Blow it up.
Oh man.
Point fingers.
Before we run out of time,
disagree. You just call name call.
Right.
And it's both sides, by the way. I'm not saying one side or the other.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it's what we're all doing.
We're equal opportunity offenders, both sides. It's true.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Corbin, before I let you go, I just wanted to ask, because you have 4 sons, right? You got 4 boys.
I do.
So I have 2 boys, 3.5, and a 1-year-old. Give me some advice. What's coming my way in the next few years?
In the next few years? Well, it's different from when I brought my kids up. I hate to say it's changing. I will tell you one thing, and I know this from the bottom of my heart, the very depths of my soul, of my humanity. Family is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Family, love, listening, respect. And it's not, I don't believe it's the iron fist, but I think it's a strong guidance. Mm-hmm. I think it's being there. It's being, you know what it is? I'll tell you. When you ask your child about something, really be inquisitive. Don't do it just because you have to and because, they demand a bit of time.
Sure.
It's everything. I think it's everything. My kids, touch wood, have come out, I think, wonderfully. They're not perfect.
Sure.
A lot of people, okay. But the truth is they're good guys, and they were, my wife and I have been married for 27 years. They have a foundation. They have a vision of what that is. They have a, so I think it's that. It's just make sure family's everything. Family, health, family, they're everything. So
I
be there for them.
Absolutely.
Be there for real. That's what I say.
I totally appreciate that. I know they're gonna take you in a second. Corbin Bernsen, I just want to say thank you. We're gonna watch Love's Complicated Saturday, 8:00 Central on the Hallmark Channel. Have a great rest of your trip in France. Safe travels home. And again, I really appreciate the time, sir.
No, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time yourself.
Take care. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.